Annyeong Yidira. Hi and welcome back to another episode of the Cult Podcast with me, Sim, where I talk about some of my favourite things in the Korean entertainment and hopefully things that you may enjoy as well, because, Korean entertainment brings me a lot of joy and I hope it does to you as well. The dramas I'm going to be talking about are the school dramas, such as School 2013, Who Are You School 2015, and School 2017. Now, I don't know about you guys, but every time I watch a K-drama which involves school and university, I feel like revising and studying as well. And I have to say that at times when I was revising and studying during school, and I couldn't bring myself to revise, I used to watch school dramas to get me in the mood, because in Korean dramas, studying just looks so intense. So I would get motivated by this and study as well. Even though I'm going to be talking about these 3 school dramas, the school series generally goes way back. There is also a school 1, 2, 3 and 4. And the first school drama aired in 1999, so that's like 22 years old. That's crazy. This series is made by the well-known Korean network beginning with K and ending in S, and there's another letter in between, which I'll leave you to guess. I remember trying to find these old school series dramas, but I literally couldn't find them anywhere, so I hope in the future older Korean dramas get released somewhere, hopefully on YouTube, because there's more and more dramas on YouTube these days, which is really, really nice to see. And I'd love to see like more old Korean dramas on the internet as well. I have to say, the one which I always get emotional over is School 2015. I always cry at the first time I watched this drama, I cried. And there's always a scene that I always end up crying at, because the music in School 2015 is just so tearful to me. I don't know, it always just gets my heart. So, they all have different storylines and characters as well, and they are all unique dramas and standalone dramas by themselves, but they have good storylines, and so that's what I'll talk about next, the plots. So, in terms of the plots, let's start with School 2013, and this drama stars the amazing Lee Jung-suk, Kim Woo-bin, and they are students, and it also has Jang Nara as the teacher as well as Choi Daniel. There are also a lot of other well-known faces which you can see, which have been seen in dramas today, and it's really strange seeing bigger actors these days play minor roles in other dramas. I feel so proud for them to have done so well and come so far in their acting careers. But this story is based on a class who are quite tough to teach. This class includes bullies and underachievers, students that don't really have any hope in life. And then we have the teacher, Jang Nara and Choi Daniel, which together are the teachers that try and help the students overcome their problems in their lives as well as their school lives as well. The teachers give a lot of strength to the students in this drama, which I really like, and is something that is really admirable as well. The School 2015 plot stars the amazing Kim So-hyun. I absolutely love Kim So-hyun. The first time I saw her acting, I think it was in Rooftop Prince, because she used to come in a lot of dramas which she was a child, the young main female lead, and when I first saw her, I thought she was older than me, but she's younger than me, and it's crazy because her acting is really, really good, and she's so young as well. So, yeah, my favourite and amazing Kim So-hyun is in this drama, and she plays the twins, which is Goon Byul and Lee Eun-bi. Then we also have Nam Joo-hyuk and Yuk Sung-jae. I absolutely love Yuk Sung-jae. He used to come in Master in the House, but he's not in there anymore, which is really sad. But yeah, Yuk Sung-jae. Every time I think of Yuk Sung-jae and this drama, I always remember that scene where he is riding a hoverboard in the middle of the road, and he is literally just shouting and yelling. And I think in the house show, which I was talking about earlier, I think he said that he actually meant to ride a motorcycle in this scene, but they changed it last minute because of PPL, or product placement. And if you don't know what PPL is, it's like sort of advertising, which is done within Korean dramas. Which, when I first saw this, I always used to think this is really strange, because it's like completely, like, it throws you off the story almost. And it's not common in obviously Western shows. Like, I know for like British shows, they just, on BBC One they don't really have ads, but like on ITV and all those other ones, they have adverts in between, like in parts. So it's weird to see a PPL in the middle of a Korean drama, but you know, it's Korea's sort of niceality, like it's sort of Korea's touch to their dramas. But yeah, this story is based on Go Eun-byul and Liam B. And Liam B used to live in a care home, and she gets bullied at school by this really horrible bully. And in the end, because this bully has high connections, she gets wrongfully accused of doing something wrong, and she suffers from it. So she ends up just walking away from the school, and she tries jumping off a bridge, and in the end she wakes up in a hospital with no memory of who she is or anything. But then after a couple of episodes in, she soon comes to realise that she gets her memories back, and she comes to realise that she has an identical twin and she's taken her identical twin's place. And so she tries to remember who she is, and she initially tries to go back to the care home, but I think the mum really wanted her to stay, because Go Eun-byul, the place that Liam B has taken, she's sort of disappeared, and everyone has presumed she is dead. But it's okay, because she comes back later on in the story. In the end as well, Go Eun-byul does come back, and Liam B's bully also comes to the same school as well. And yeah, I really like this drama. I found it so cute and sweet. I love the OST in this as well, so it's one of my favourite OSTs. I think the ending as well isn't as straightforward, it's a bit random. The story itself is actually really nice, and I have to say that it's just one of those dramas that really hits home to me. I'm actually trying to rewatch it on YouTube if you want to know where to watch it, even though I think the audience for this is probably younger than me, but you know, my inner child is calling out to watch this, so I am. One thing that really upset me actually is that the actress who plays Liam B and Go Eun-byul's mom, Jeon Mi-son, she unfortunately passed away in 2019. And I remember finding out about this news, and I was so shocked, because I used to see her in every single drama. So it was just really heartbreaking to me. So now I'm going to be talking about the next drama, School 2017. So this drama stars three of my favourite actors as well. We have Kim Jong-hyun, Hyun Tae-hoon and Kim Se-jeon, and they play Ran-ho, Jang Dong-yoon and Song De-hui. And again, there are a lot of well-known Korean actresses such as Seo Lin-ha in this story, which I really like. I really love Seo Lin-ha, she's such a cute actress. And this drama and story is about the students and their stress of how corrupt the school system is, because basically to do anything you have to have high marks. For example, to have your lunch first in the cafeteria, you have to be the top students. So basically the top students get priority for everything. And it also shows as well, we see the main character, Ran-ho, and she's a very high-spirited person. However, she always comes last in her grades, and because of that she becomes a target to a lot of teachers that think she is basically no good. But she actually is a person who has big dreams of being a webtoon artist, and she begins to make a webtoon based on actual events which are happening within the school. And those events is that there's a person known as Student X, who is this troublemaker trying to break through this corrupt system of the school by doing like little things to basically annoy the teachers. And because of this, the teachers obviously are going to try and track who Student X is, but in the end she gets sort of accused of being Student X, and this means that you could get expelled from the school and she would not have any hope of going to university to study art because that's what she wants to do. Along the story, she gets to know Hyun Tae-woon, who is the actual culprit and also the son of the director of the school. And together with some other friends, they all try to meddle with the corrupt school system and try and sort of solve the school differences, which doesn't really help that much, but they do it as they graduate school. This is a very wholesome drama for me. It's very nice and cute as well. So yeah, a nice drama. I really want another school drama to come out because I thought like another one would come out in 2019, but I think it didn't because wait, I don't know, because of COVID, but then COVID was later. But anyway, I really wish there to be another school drama, and I'm waiting on that. In these 3 dramas, there are many memorable moments which I like, but I don't really have that many written down because you've probably already seen the dramas, but I already mentioned one of my favourite moments in School 2015, and that's Yuk Sung Jae on the hoverboard, and literally never gets old. I find that so funny. There's also a really sweet moment in School 2013. It's in episode 10 and it's near the end of the episode, and it's where the teacher Jang Nara, that's not her character name, that's the actress name, but at the end she talks to the students and says a really sweet poem, since she has seen them all studying and working so hard, and this cute poem relates to a flower and how it survives in nature, and this flower is like a metaphor for a person struggling through life, and it's a really, really nice quote, and it really gave me a lot of strength, so I really wish it gives you a lot of strength too. Yeah. And in School 2017, there are loads of really funny little moments because I think School 2017 seems less serious than School 2013 and School 2015. For example, in School 2017, in the very first episode, what's her name again? I forgot her name. Arano, yeah, she's trying to basically take the afternoon off school to go and meet her older friend at university, at college, and her friend Sarang, she basically throws her bag out the window so it'll be easier for her to basically look like she's not skipping class, and all these flyers come out of her bag, which I think is part of the part-time job, but yeah, Sarang throws the bag down but it's open and everything just goes everywhere, so she's just there like picking up all the flyers. The themes for these dramas do vary slightly, but they all have that main focus and main theme in common, which is basically how students are struggling to keep up with their studies in school. In School 2013, there is the focus on how students are struggling to do well, but also there's the issue about bullies as well, which is really common in School 2013, and also there's more involvement with the teachers as well, and how they are really helping the students to try and do their best in school. School 2015 focuses a lot more on bullying, and it gets more serious in terms of bullying as well. And then finally in School 2017, there's a story based on how corrupt the school is, and how basically if you have connections and if you have top marks, you're more likely to do well in school. And there's only these 2 teachers as well that are there to help the students, and the rest of the teachers in this school turn a blind eye to the corruption within the school, mainly due to bribes, which of course isn't right. And also, another common theme is that friendships are always important and precious during school time, because when you're at school, you see your friends every single day, and it's crazy because once school's over, once you finish school and graduated, you don't really have the same chances to see those friends again. And it's crazy as well because these days I've been reminiscing school a lot, and it's crazy because I think so much about how the people I used to see every single day, and now that's no longer the case, and you see less friends generally as well, and less people when you're not at school, which is really, really strange. So moving on to the OSTs of these dramas, and I have to say all these dramas have great OSTs. This is another thing about Korean dramas which I really like. They always have like OSTs, which is so different to like British shows and Western shows in general. They have really great ballads and music, and it makes the story itself much more emotional and emotive than if there wasn't any particular music that went with it. Because a lot of dramas are known by their OSTs as well. But my favourite OST is School 2015's. I listen to that all the time. I love all the tracks from School 2015. The School 2013 drama, the songs are a more ballad style, and there's not many that are that popular, but there is one, for example, Beautiful Days by Jaemin, Kim Bo-kyung, and Don't Think You Are Alone. I think those are the songs. I think I wrote that down wrong, but yeah, I liked those songs. Those are nice. In School 2015, there's a bit more hip-hop involved, and we have artists such as Tiger JK, Yoon Mi-rae, Byul, Yuna, Jonghyun and Taemin, as well as Wendy. I love the songs Reset by Tiger JK and Jinsil. My favourite song to listen to all the time is the song sang by Yoon Mi-rae, and it's Pray. Oh, sorry. I'll listen to What You Have to Say, sung by Yoon Mi-rae, and also Pray by Yuna. Those two songs are really, really emotional for me. I love those two songs. And the OST in School 2017, there's a bit more high-spirited songs, and we have artists such as Gugudan, Yozo, Tarin, NCT, Maktub, and also A-Pink BNN. My favourite song in this is Going Home or Chibe Kaja by Tarin, and it's such a cute song. I love it so much. That's another song I always have in my playlist. So the quote I'm going to talk and say today is from the School 2013 drama, and it's what I mentioned earlier. It's where Jang Nara talks about the flower, and here is a snippet, and I hope it gives you strength too. So it goes like this. Again, please excuse my poor Korean. 흔들리지 않고 피는 꽃이 어디 있어라. There is no flower that would bloom without being shaken, or where is the flower that blooms unwaveringly? 이 세상 그 어떤 아름다운 꽃들도 다 흔들리면서 피어나니. There is all the pretty flowers in the world all bloom without being shaken. And that's just basically saying that we go through trials and ups and downs in our life, so it's gonna shake us, but it's not gonna shake us because we are strong, and so are you. So yeah, I really hoped you liked that quote, and I hope it gives you some heme too. And that's it for this episode. You can listen to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, and YouTube. We also have an Instagram page which you can check out. It's called @Podcast. It would be really nice if you could leave your comments on what you think of this podcast on there, as well as on the YouTube comments as well. I would like to know your opinions on your dramas and just who you are, if you're watching this, and if you're not watching but listening to this. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye. 이따 봐요.